Alright, my little art friends, this is fun today. I'm going to show you how to take a drawing that you did by hand, bring it into Photoshop, bring it into Illustrator, and make it into symbol and copy it all over the place. What's that mean? Well, I'm going to show you. First of all, I've got this fish I drew all by myself by hand. Spent hours on it, did it on paper. You can't see, but you can hear me crumpling up the paper here. I scanned it into Photoshop right here. You can see that it's a nice little pixelated graphic. I can go and erase it. Saved it as a JPEG. I'm out of Photoshop. I'm done. So that part you should be able to do pretty easy. Now, I brought it into Illustrator. I opened it in Illustrator. Now, if I wanted to, what would I do to make this into a vector graphic? Well, I could take my pen tool like we did with the duck and spend all day tracing these lines and make it into a vector graphic. But that would be crazy. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to show you the easy, cheesy way. I click on my little guy right here, and when I click on it, if you look at the top, you're going to see up here Live Trace. And if I click on that little drop-down menu button, you're going to see there are several different things that can happen. You should go in and try some of these later on, but first, let's just start with Simple Trace. I click Simple Trace, and ba-da! Doesn't look like much happened. But if I click the Expand button right next to it, now you can see, look at that, it has been turned into a vector graphic, and you can see all the little anchor points. Now I can go ahead and I can color this bad boy. I'm going to use this little bucket tool right here called the Live Paint Bucket. I have to have it selected, which it already is, and I can go into my Live Paint Bucket and I can go to my colors, and the only thing I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to change it because it's in grayscale. I'm going to put it into CMYK, and then I can just simply click on a color I like, come over here and click inside it, and it fills in the color. And I can make myself a nice little pretty koi fish. Now I'm not going to spend a lot of time doing that because I've already got one ready to go. That's already copied and colored. There it is. Ta-da! Look at that, the magic of Illustrator. Now this guy right here is my little koi fish all colored in with some really gross pastel-y colors. He looks like an Easter egg. And I'm going to make him a little smaller. And what I want to do is I want to make a whole koi pond filled with little koi fish. Now obviously I could copy him, Control-C, Control-V, and paste them all over the place. But that might take a little bit of time, and I don't really want to do that. So what I'm going to do is a nifty little trick called Make Him Into a Symbol. I come over here and I see my little symbols palette, and I open it up. It says Symbols on top. And all I have to do is grab Mr. Koi Fish. Come on, Koi Fish. No, don't put me in the box. Yes, get in the box. And when I put him in the box, it asks me if I want to make a new symbol. Now, if you've used Flash before, you know what a symbol is. If not, type in a name. I'm calling him Koi. I'm going to click the word graphic and hit OK. He is now, I can delete this, he is now a symbol stored right there in my little box. And anytime I need a koi, I can click and I can drag and I can put him on the page. Now again, this is a little bit tedious, so I want to find an easier way to do this instead of dragging one at a time. But with the magic of Illustrator, I can use this little spray can right here. Check it out, the symbol sprayer. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to open it up because I'm going to show you a couple things inside here. And the first one is basically the spray can. And if I have my symbol selected and I'm using my spray can, all I have to do is click with my mouse and hold it down and drag, and you can see that it puts koi all over the place. Look at that, a beautiful koi pond. And some of the other tools you got here is direction tools, so I'll just show you how to kind of use some of those. I'm going to click on it, move them around a little bit. We can spread them out a little bit with this tool or bring them in depending on what we want to do. Same thing here. Bigger, smaller. Change directions. Oh, wait, that's the big size of a fire. The big and the small size of a fire. So now they're different size fish. You gotta know what these things do. This is the one I was talking about. Change directions. Swing around, little fishies. We don't want you all swimming in the same direction. There's food down here too. You can see some of them are going in one direction, some are going the other direction, much more natural. And the last one I want to show you is this little paint bucket guy. This stainer one's kind of fun. If they're all the same color, well, some of those fish might be different colors, so I'm going to change them to, let's say, orange by clicking on orange right there in my color palette, and I use this little stainer bucket, and when I click on them, look at them, some of them change sort of like different colors, so I can make them all not look exactly the same. So that's a way that you can go ahead and go into Illustrator and make a whole koi pond. Good luck and have some fun.